I realized at a certain point we had to face the trauma or the difficult experiences we had that we run away from or we just neglect or shy away from, the difficult experiences, difficult challenges, and the things that may bring up anxiety, fear, and worry, and other emotions associated with it, whether it's embarrassment, all of them. And even at times it may lead to unexpected vices or, escapes from it or reality in itself. I understand that, things happen. Things happen, difficult things happen, and how we confront it is up to who we were at that time. It may be right for that moment, but it becomes maladaptive in the future, and it becomes ill-suited for the future. So, like, for example, like, let's say you're a baby and you may not even know. This is like, let's say you're a baby and you start crying because you want attention or something, but your parents just don't do nothing. So you quiet yourself, you quiet your mind, you just stay quiet, because that you have to, in a sense, hold yourself and hold on to that pain or hold on to that feeling of not being wanted. And so you stay quiet, and as a baby you're not conscious of it, but you grow up with a sense of not feeling wanted or loved, and it grows into adulthood. It's a cycle that repeats itself. You may not know it, realize it, but you ask yourself, why does this happen? Why do I keep falling into the same situation or pattern or circumstance? And it's like the root may be so deeply ingrained within you that it would take so much to figure out why, where it comes from. But at the same time, it's like we can't let that stop us. We have to find a way to overcome it. We have to, come on top of it, or even so, it's like grow beyond that. Not be so attached to the pain that it may have caused. And I can't deny that pain. That pain is there. Who knows when it'll ever stop, but it's there. But at the same time, we cannot let that define you. Can't let it define me. And at a certain point, we can't let it have its chain so stuck onto us that we can't move beyond ourselves or our own expectations. And what I realize is, sometimes it's all out of we can't see beyond ourselves, or we can't see beyond what we know. And I feel as if that's another thing. Like, we are limited in our knowledge. What we know is too limited, and that's why I feel as if sometimes if we are able to speak to someone and they can give a very helpful, insightful, message or perspective on it, it can really just change the way we see things. Because a lot of it is our own mind and our own perspective on things, how we internalize struggle and what we did with that struggle and what that made us do. Because for me, a lot of it was just staying quiet, or not even staying quiet, but I in a sense, it's like not asserting myself. And now I can say no, nah, but there's still times where it's like I won't say anything. Yeah, it's something I'm still working on. I won't lie, but it rarely happens. It's like, if I don't want something, I don't want something. That's what it's come to. There's times where it's like I can't be bothered, so it's whatever. But even so, it's crazy to think about how much our childhood could play into our adulthood. It's crazy to think about that, and that might be a reason why you struggle to do things, or you struggle to achieve things, or stay consistent. Because it's like, imagine if you're a kid and someone told you don't do that, and that's something you really wanted to do, and it's like, don't do that. It's like that's gonna affect you in the future, because it's like, okay, I can't. I've been taught I shouldn't go when I wanted to. I should expect someone to tell me what to do. Like, that can only take you so far, and that can only show you so many ideas and perspectives. And even so, it's like, it's not yours. It's not for you, because only you know yourself best. You are your greatest companion, and you should know what's in your best interest. You should. But that's the thing, a lot of us don't know what's in our own best interest or what we truly want, or are so out of touch with ourselves. It's like we just expect things to go into someone else's plan. You're living throughout someone else's dream and vision. In a sense, it's like a puppet, but it takes a lot of reflecting and just thinking. And sometimes you may need to seek professional help. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm glad it's being, embraced and accepted, that it's like, people are going through things. If they need help, they can get help with no sort of backlash or no sort of bullying or no sort of, the stigma that I felt as if used to come with it. Like, oh, you're going to a therapist or a psychiatrist. It's like, I'm glad it's more openly being expressed, that people are struggling more now than ever, because I feel like there's a greater disconnect from life, from ourselves. I'd say a part of it is due to social media, games, and things like that. Childhood trauma also plays a role in it, Even so, lifestyle, I feel as it plays a role in just our own well-being. Because, if I remember correctly, I remember reading or seeing something about how our mind and our body are kind of connected. And it's like, if we eat good, we take care of our own body, our mind will be sharper and quicker, and everything will be on top, playing at peak performance. But if we treat our body bad, we constantly keep eating this fast food, junk food, all this processed things, it's like it's gonna affect our body, our mind. And even so, sleep getting enough sleep, getting good sleep, how that plays a role in it, and the amount of stress we have, and what we do to decompress. How do we relax? How do we just sit with that emotion, the emotions we have? Because now we're so fast-paced, and what I'm realizing now is like we're expected to do more in less time than what I'm assuming previous generations did. When it's like a rush hour, it's like a rush. It's a rush. We're put into the stressful state for an extended period of time. Like, I don't think that's natural. I don't think we should be in a rush hour for however long it goes on. Because I don't think the body is supposed to be that stressed for that long of time. I don't think so. And I think that's just adding on to the fact that it's like, we get home and then guess what? We I wouldn't say distract, but we don't necessarily keep in touch with ourselves or ask ourselves or remind ourselves, how have you felt? How have you felt? What is going through your mind? And now the first thing we go on is just TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, video games, things that pull us away. I'm not discrediting it, saying you can never go on it. Nah, I'm just saying set aside some time where it's like you can just truly just sit back and reflect. But yeah, I guess there's a lot of just baggage that we can carry, and sometimes we can't constantly keep holding on to it. We can acknowledge it, we can accept it, like let it go, and just keep moving forward, because life is here, life is right now. And I understand that causes a lot of pain in the past leading into the future and the present too. It shrinks our area of comfortability, but that at that same time it also stagnates us. It also stops us from growth, and also stops us from achieving more, or not even achieving more, but becoming more. Because I believe it's like we hold on to that sense of identity. It's like, oh, I'm not lovable, I'm not smart, I'm not this. And it's like, you're not those. Like, you're not it's like those are the wrong things to attach to. But it's hard to let go because it's what we're taught, or it's what we perceived. And it's like, nah, that's not us. That is not us. And it takes a lot of work to try and change it. It takes time too, we can't deny that, but it's change. It's change regardless. Because I hope in the future, you know, when we have our kids, we don't put those worries and stresses onto them. I hope we don't, you know, put the worries, the doubts, the fears, insecurities onto our own kids. Whether it's, you know, we're super overprotective and it's like they don't know how to act for themselves. I don't want that to happen. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to be so strict and rough on them that it's like I leave a scar on them, just as some people may have been left with one. You know, if we're talking about abuse of some sort, whether it's neglect or physical, it's like, nah, I don't want that either. But it's good now that we're able to freely express and talk about these things, as it's more accepted now than it has been, and I feel like it'll continue to be more accepted in the future. And just seeing the impact and the role you play on people around you, whether it's friends, family, you know, people you're just talking to, acquaintances, co-workers, and even so your future partners, your future wife, your kids, and realizing what is the impact you're having. And do you want to, I guess be free from the hurt or the pain we have had or are having, you know, leading into an interaction not with fear or some sort of, you know, feeling where it's like we're not enough, but I guess just full of love and compassion, and, you know, thinking it's all okay. It's all okay. I don't know. I didn't necessarily have a way this video was gonna be talked about. I just wanted to talk. Realistically, I just wanted to talk, but I think I'm gonna just leave it off there, honestly. Like, it was calm. It was calm. Yeah. Love you. See ya.